Okay guys, I wanted to put out this video based on the clarity that was needed on the knowledge of chakras. If you go throughout the internet and you look at different websites, different forums where healers have come through and they've said, this is what you need to do with this chakra, this is how you clear this one, this is how you open this one. There are so many different names with thousands of healers, so many different clarifications that the new learner, the new healer, the new soul that is trying to come into themselves and working to elevate their spiritual self needs the clarification of what exactly 5 different words mean for one meaning. So I'm gonna help you the best I can because I didn't get that help when I was struggling, and I can tell you one word may mean another one, but they threw me off left and right, and I was so confused, and a lot of my frustrations and holding back was because I just didn't understand what this meant. So I'll start with, there's open and closed, there's balanced and unbalanced, there's activated, there's overactive and underactive. Okay, so I'll tell you straight out right here, and I'm probably the only person on the internet that will ever tell you this. I personally do not believe there is such a thing as a closed chakra. If you consider yourself to have a closed chakra, I will gently tell you that if you are not dead, you do not have a closed chakra. You have a blocked or unbalanced chakra. Underneath a unbalanced category is overactive and underactive, both of which will give 2 significantly different emotional and mental indications that your chakra is spinning a little nuts. The only way that it gets that way is if there is a spiritual, mental, or emotional imbalance that you have allowed into your life, and the imbalance being energy, negative energy to come in and make that chakra go, what? Starts to spin a little crazy, whatever way it goes. Negative, which is overactive, negative, underactive. Once a chakra is out of balance, considered blocked, it will throw out any other chakra, one or more, and make everything go a little whack. You do not need to do the healing on the one that is fine. You need to do the healing on the ones that are overactive, underactive, unbalanced, or blocked. All the same thing. And that energy will flow through, release, and everything will come back to balance. Okay, so blocked is considered unbalanced. Underneath the category of unbalanced is overactive and underactive. 2 significantly different reactions mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And the healer that you work with will know what colors to use to balance them back out. All right, so closed, you better be dead. Open is considered balanced, happy, healthy, regulating. There are 4 bodies within you right now as we speak: emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. And the actual correct order is spiritual, emotional, mental, physical. By the time something manifests to be a disease, a heart problem, a cold, sinus infection, a toe wart, I don't know, it has come to that point because you haven't taken care of the physical, or the spiritual, which is where the energy body is. Spiritual and energy bodies, 2 same things. That's where your chakras align. That's where your aura is. That's where all of that energy collects and comes into and manifests into the emotional, to the mental, to the physical. So you'll have a harder time healing, but it is done. It just takes longer, more patience, more energy that needs to come in to balance and cleanse everything that has already been damaged to that point. The physical is the ending point of that energy. It's like, hello, I need to now give you a disease for you to notice that there's an actual problem here, because you didn't realize that when you were crying 15 nights out of a week that you actually had a freaking problem. I'm making this up. But anyways, open, like I said, is considered balanced. Now, to balance those chakras, if you actually have the mental, emotional, physical problem and you are going to a healer, she or he will continue to help you balance and teach you as you need to go and get everything back regulated. Each chakra has a color. There is I go off of my own color. It's still correct, but I go with what's comfortable. The crown is white to me. I have purple, blue, the heart is green, the solar plexus is yellow, the sacral is orange, and the root is red. The root is in between the thighs on every single person on this earth. The sacral is going to be right above, I don't know what you say, crotch. Below the belly button. Your solar plexus is going to be above the belly button. Your heart is going to be obviously centered right here. Your throat, your third eye, and your crown. Okay, so now we've got the colors and the locations. They spin clockwise. So this is clockwise. They'll be about 3 inches in diameter, and a healthy one I should extend, for me, maybe a foot out. That's for me, and I can sense where they are because I start to feel tingles in those areas. I don't know if you would be able to sense, you would be able to tell by your mental, your emotional, your physical, to see which one might be out. You can go to a healer and say, hey, I've got something wrong, can you help me out? But I can tell you that if you need to work on yourself, there are many, many, many different ways. There's aromatherapy, there's foods, there's colors, there's stones, there's music, singing bowls, healers like me. You're going to want to give each one of those chakras the applied color that is needed to balance it. The thing is, you're going to need to know if you need to give it another color to take it out of the overactive stage, or if it's underactive. If anything is ever underactive, you always give it the color that its base is from. Each chakra has a specific color because it vibrates at that frequency. Now, the red for the root has to do with stability, trusting that you're safe, that you're fed, that you'll be taken care of. And if you do not have those things going on in your life, you're going to have to be able to balance those chakras by, first off, taking care of the physical things in your life, making sure you have the food and the shelter, working on the emotional, knowing that you're okay, working on the mental, well, that would be mental too. The emotional is just feeling safe, finding that place where you are okay and knowing you're okay, and giving it that color red. You give it the color red. Just close your eyes and imagine that this red bubble is down there. Whatever chakra you need to work on. Balance the root before you balance everything else. And I promise you'll see the change if you can control your emotional and your mental. Each chakra, like I said, has a certain color. Feed each one of them in order to activate. Activate is the last thing on this list, and activation is what I consider your top 2 chakras, which are your spiritual chakras, your third eye and your crown, because they deal with the other side. They deal with the spiritual, and the spiritual, like I am, able to see clairvoyantly on the other side, and that's considered the spiritual. Once you balance all of the other baseline out, you've got to get your physical before you get your mental, before you get your emotional, which then balances your spiritual. To activate, you've got to have everything else in place. You've got to have a strong foundation. Activation, I consider after an awakening. I've had an awakening, although there are other people out there who have very strong and active, I would actually consider overactive third eyes and crowns, because they're seeing and doing things before they even know what's going on. Like the psychics and mediums that are out there, like I see this all the time and I have no idea what it is. You have to build a foundation before you're going to be able to handle the other side. You got to know what you're working with. And I'm not saying I do. I'm still learning, definitely learning. The physical chakras are going to be your root and your sacral. Those are your foundation. You've got to be taken care of, and you've got to feel as if you are safe and loved. You've got to make sure that you are satisfied in life and happy. Then you move up to your mental, which is going to be your, actually I think it's emotional, which is your solar plexus and your heart. Then to your mental, which is going to be your throat, which is by itself, and then you've got your spiritual, your third eye and your crown. Each one is balanced and got and you can keep them balanced, they're going to vibrate as they should, and then everything will start to bloom, open, activate, if you will. Oh man, that was a lot. I hope you guys understood all that. Blocked is considered unbalanced. Underneath the category of unbalanced is considered overactive and underactive, two very different mental and emotional indications, two different colors that have to be added in order to balance them again. Like the third eye is purple, okay? If it's underactive, it needs to be fed. It means it needs the color that it originally started with, which was purple, so you need to add purple. If it is overactive, you're going to need to give it a soft orange, a peach, they say. That peach will take it down. Like, you've had too much to eat, you know what, you just need to wait. Here's some peach, calm down. It'll balance it back out. Remember, you do not need to work with every single chakra, you only need to balance out the one that is in need of the actual healing. Okay, so then we have what is considered open is also considered balanced. I don't like to use the word open and closed because people come to me, I think I have a closed chakra. No, you don't. You're not dead. You've got a blocked one. You just need some healing. I stay away from those words. So we've got balanced, which is you're healthy, happy. There's really no work needed. Just meditate every day and continue to keep them balanced. And then you've got your activated, which I consider the top two spiritual ones that allow you to move on to your higher purpose if it's to work with other people. Your third eye, when it is activated, you are able to see intent, know yourself, be intuitive. You're a lot more in control of yourself. And actually, third eye is imbalanced with your solar plexus. So being in control would be one of those. Alright, so if anybody has any questions, I will gladly talk to you. That was a mouthful. I think the key word here would be, I am on your side. I really want to help and teach. And please don't run to everything that is told on the internet. I have been there. I've done that. Gotten that t-shirt, and I've been freaking trampled on. And I got to the point where I'm at now, where I'm teaching you because I don't want you to struggle like I did. I love you all. Thank you for supporting me.